Welcome back to Adventures with Sarah. In front of you, you have a chalkboard where I've drawn 3 lines with our chalk. And before a child can really truly grasp a writing utensil such as a pencil or a crayon or putting that writing instrument to pen to paper, they've got to see what they can do. And some kids can grasp that concept of pick up the crayon and make the line, while others struggle with this on a daily basis. So to build their confidence, we're going to use the chalkboard, draw some lines, and a sponge paintbrush that I found the sponge paintbrush at Dollar Tree. I found the chalkboard at Dollar General as well as the chalk. So I'm going to dip it just a little bit of my sponge in the water, and I'm going to go to the top and I'm going to just gently take it across. And you might say, why are we doing this? Well, it helps the child develop the motion of left to right as well as top to bottom. And you say, well, my kid doesn't even understand where I need to start, where to end. They can and they will. A simple hack to teach that: add some stickers as a starting point, or a mark of some sort, so that they know where to start, where to end. And I'm taking a paper towel and just gently drying it off. And you can repeat the process and going across. And maybe if they're struggling to go all the way across, start with a short line and have them practice erasing it and letting them just have fun with it. Because the children need to explore the items that you're giving them to really understand what they're supposed to do. So we are a lot of repetitive play, as far as taking the paper towel, drying it off, and giving them the opportunity to make their own lines. So we've done the left to right, and we've erased it. Then we can also practice top to bottom. And you're thinking it's just straight lines. And maybe straight lines to you, but to them, it's learning to go top to bottom, so following a direction. So what if they don't get it on the first try? They can go again. And it's learning to control by putting how much water, because if it's too wet of a surface, then they can't draw on it. So they have to take their paper towel and dry off the board. And if they're young, so the board might move all over. So if they have to use their hand to hold it and dry it off, and it's getting them to cross the midline. Once they get good about erasing with the sponge, you can have them draw out and you take the turn of erasing, because they might have fun watching you do it, because children learn from example. Now, once they're really good about, going from left to right, top to bottom, that's when we can start bringing in what we know. So we've already established the top to bottom. You can do different letters. Set it up for them. And telling them, start at the top and go to the bottom. And again, repeating that. So they're learning the motions of making the letter and then having them dry it off the same way. Because some kids just need to think about writing in a different way. And then you can have, or learning name recognition. And I'm going to write my name out. And then having them erase it. And the more they see you having fun with it, the more that they're going to want to try it. And if you have older children, you can have them participate too. So then you get turn taking. Who gets to play? Or make it a family game where everybody is learning this. I've done this with some of my students in the classroom, and they absolutely have a great time doing this. And then I introduced the crayons and the pencils because the students were just not ready for the writing. And I still have some students that are newer to the program, and they're not ready to put a crayon to paper. So I'm starting this with them this week, and they're having a great time. I've talked to their parents, and they've said they've seen a difference in that they're wanting to try just picking up and just coloring, where before they weren't coloring at all or had no interest in coloring. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment to let me know if you're going to try it with your child or your students in the classroom. Don't forget to share. And if you haven't done so, hit the follow button so you don't miss any more of my videos. Thank you.